Nelson, he's got 3 fouls, so he doesn't really want to be getting the ball.
The dagger. That's
Gomez!
Inside.
Hostile gives it up. Shot is up. Oh!
Ball goes inside to Duke, guarded by Trujillo. Eli with the tip and the finish.
Schermerhorn on the drive. Yes, strong fit.
She's going to got numbers. Going to
1
make it.
second. She slips it in just a...
Still some time. Montoya, plenty of room. Yes. Wide open long ball for Jason Montoya.
One against the screen. Ball fake, but rejected. Boom. Rejects it.
Quickly, or if they hold for the final. Wyckoff, yes, count the basket. A chance at a three-point play for Wyckoff, and a free throw is coming up.
Catch and shoot.
D. Hill, give it to the hot hand. Why not?
We're happy for the boys, and oh boy. I guess they knew about it.
One more.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
And JJ Buck.
Game day, and a really important one for you. I know the last one was a must-win, and you didn't win. That makes this one an even muster win, if that makes any sense. But it's kind of a must-win. If you're thinking, A, about any NCAA tournament at-large possibilities, and B, not having to play on Wednesday in Vegas for crying out loud. Your motto's been 3 days in Vegas for some of you. It might change to 4. A. Marie would know all about that. Good morning to you. It is Friday. Welcome to Game Day Friday. Lobos in San Jose today to take on the Spartans. A lot of NFL news. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, how you living?
Ooh, what it do?
Big night for you and the Lady Lobos last night. Of course, JJ Buck, the voice of Lobo women's basketball. Lobos in the pit last night, got a big one, 71-62 over Wyoming, and puts them in position to not have to play on the first day of the tournament, doesn't it? Now they're in a nice spot right now.
The team you're looking at is Boise State.
Okay.
How they finished, they're still a game ahead of the Lobos.
You get another run at them?
No, they split the season series.
All right. So what would the tiebreaker be if, in fact, you do end up tied with them?
That's a great question.
I think what it does, it goes to the top. So who beat UNLV, then who beat the second-place team, and your record against the first-place team, the second. I think that's the next tiebreaker. If you split your head-to-head, I think it goes to the top. How'd you do against what number?
No one's beating UNLV.
Right. So then it would come down to who's number 2.
The Aztecs right now.
And you split with them, did you not?
Split with the Aztecs.
So that would as did Boise State.
Now I got to look through and see what Colorado State, Wyoming did. Things like that.
And that's where that would go. But a big one last night, 71-62. How'd it go last night?
Went well. Tough game.
Yeah, winning's fun, right?
Yeah, the best rebounding performance of the season. Quality defensive performance.
Good crowd?
Solid. I think, that it's just easy when you look at this Lobo basketball team. Fans a little up and down, just like this team has been this season. But they have an opportunity to finish on a very high note with a favorable schedule ahead of Las Vegas.
Wyoming was the best rebounding team in the league coming in, and Lobos out-rebound them last night and win by a score of 71-62. They'll be back in the pit on Saturday, correct? Tomorrow?
Yes.
Who you get tomorrow?
San Jose State.
And that should be a win, right? I mean, nothing's easy, but nothing's guaranteed, but that should be. All right, Lobo men's basketball tonight on the road in San Jose. And JJ coming off a 4-game losing streak against the San Jose State team, who is playing well, who is now above you in the standings in that 5th spot. And again, I know I keep referring to that 5th spot in the conference tournament. Why does that matter? Because the 5th spot, the top 5 teams get a bye in the first round. They don't have to play an opening round game. They get a bye into the quarterfinals, the Thursday game. And right now it's San Jose State. If you beat them, not only do you tie them, but you have the tiebreaker with them. And look, I mean, just with the schedule in front of you, now, the San Jose State's got a tough schedule too. But the games after San Jose State, you're going to Boise, and then the Aztecs come in here. This is, I mean, I don't want to sit here and say you could be looking at a 7-game losing streak, because this league is so wacky and the season's so bizarre that I'm not going to sit here and predict any games anymore. I'm not. I mean, they could just as well win in Boise as they could lose tonight, right? But knowing what's staring at you in the face, this game's, I mean, enormous. And it's weird to say a Friday night game in San Jose is this big, but it really is for this Lobo basketball team.
It's late in the season, the struggles that the Lobos have had, where you sit in the standings, and it's against a team that's a game ahead of you right now.
And what's staring you in the face.
So it is huge. And how do they respond? Energy and effort. That's going to be the key for the Lobos in this game. Morris Udeze, I thought, him talking about adversity, facing a slump, like he was saying the right things after the loss against Wyoming. Now they got to go out there and show that, because you don't need any more eye openers. You know what it's going to take. You know what life is like without Jalen House if he's still questionable for tonight's game. Regardless of who the starting point guard is, there's got to be better energy and effort from this team.
There it is, and you need him back. You kind of do. Because because you do. The energy's got to be there. And no matter defensively, they just got to be better. They just have to be better. All right, so we got a lot to do today. We're going to get through the NFL stuff. There's free agency stuff. There's turf talk. There's new contracts. The XFL. I don't know if that interests you at all. And A. Marie's back. A whole week without A. Marie's been.
I'm back.
Rough.
I'm back.
How you feeling after 4 days in Vegas? How many days?
It was like 3.5.
That's plenty, right?
That's plenty. Oh my gosh, no need to go to Vegas more than that.
No, I mean,
a lot of fun though.
Yeah, you had a good time.
Yes.
Beautiful. Well, welcome home.
Thank you. Happy to be back.
Jerry and Steph somehow, held your place. I mean,
they come on.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
got a good bench.
I mean, yeah, come on.
You don't even need me.
We're all replaceable. Let's be very clear. You don't need me. They don't need you. They've made that.
They need JJ.
Yeah, they need JJ. But 100% they need JJ.
This might be the cheapest one.
That's why they need you. Yeah. No, glad you're back. All right, NFL stuff going on. So Aaron Rodgers is still, to the best of our knowledge, in his
house, in the dark space.
Where is it? In his house?
No, in the little house.
Oh, okay.
The little house.
Did he
My
just
bad.
Shut out everything down in his house. No, wherever you go to do darkness retreats and have somebody slide you one meal a day. He's got to be deep in his own mind by now, right? If it was after the Super Bowl, maybe today's the day he comes out. Whatever it is, his running back is going to stay with the Packers. Aaron Jones, the former UTEP star, the New Mexico Bowl alum. Aaron Jones will continue to be a Packer. He reached an agreement on a reduced salary for this season. Drew Rosenhaus guys don't really take reduced salaries, JJ, very often, but he was scheduled to make $16 million. He gave back $5 in exchange for a signing bonus. So basically, he gets $8.52 million as part of his total pay of $11 million this season. I don't understand sometimes. So he was scheduled to make 16. They cut it by 5, but he got an 8.52 signing, but whatever. He's staying there. He had been under contract with all this money. So I don't know. Does that help Aaron Rodgers decide? I don't think it does.
It doesn't help him decide. It's just a good business move from Green Bay, lowering the cap hit of a 20-year-old running back. You got him for 2 more years, so you're going to squeeze out the last of the prime years for Aaron Jones. That's developed a nice 1-2 punch with A.J. Dillon.
Yep.
It's going to help keep him a little bit fresher. He's a very good running back, and these are the type of deals that you want to see with the running backs on your roster. Lower that cap hit. He got his money by converting it into a signing bonus, but his overall cap hit is going to be lower than it would be. And this is how business is done.
Yeah. And why should he care how he gets his money? As long as he gets his money, right? And if it's going to help the team and help them sign some more people, I think that's fine. And look, he's been – I thought he was good coming out, and he was almost like an afterthought there when they got him. And he's turned into a really, really solid NFL player, right? You know, it reminds me of another Jones that they had, another Jones who actually played in New Mexico Bowl. James Jones, the receiver from San Jose State. Remember when they drafted him? It was another, afterthought guy that was good in this league. Actually, at that point was in the WAC, and turned himself into a really solid career. A good Packer, a good career, stayed there and had himself, a 10-year career and was really good in the league. It's kind of what Aaron Jones came in like.
Aaron Jones, was he a second? I think he was like a second round pick.
Was Aaron Jones that high?
Yeah.
He might have been. But the guy that came in with not a lot of fanfare.
Nope, he was fifth round pick.
I thought he was lower.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I thought he was lower. It was kind of an afterthought. And he had a really good career at UTEP. Really good career. And turned himself into a solid, made himself generational money in the National Football League. Good for him. There's other NFL news, and this is one that has just kind of gone away. And the whole season passed. And I know we've had the conversation, like, what's going on with this? And it's kind of surfaced. Remember last year at the Pro Bowl? Remember when they had a Pro Bowl? Remember when there was a Pro Bowl, like they played the Pro Bowl game, not flag football? The last Pro Bowl in Vegas. Remember the Alvin Kamara deal, where Alvin Kamara evidently and his group of guys that he was hanging out with beat the hell out of a guy for evidently looking at the woman they were with. Remember that story? I mean, that's kind of where that was, right? Like,
yes.
Okay. And he played the whole season. What happened? So Kamara, along with I never heard this name involved with this before. Chris Lamons is a cornerback for the Bengals, and two other guys have finally been indicted by a grand jury for this alleged assault back in February of 2022. So all four men, the charges are conspiracy to commit battery and battery resulting in substantial bodily harm. Kamara's attorneys said that he intends to contest the charges, which isn't there video of this? I mean, there's video everywhere in Vegas, man.
Yes.
Like everywhere you go, there's video. So I'm interested in hearing if he's going to contest and how. The quote from the attorneys is the state has avoided a contested preliminary hearing by indicting Mr. Kamara. He intends to vigorously fight the allegations at trial as he was defending himself and others at the time of the incident. Okay. That was the quote. So this one dude who looked at your lady friend was somehow threatening you, allegedly, and the four of you beat the living crap out of him. All right. I mean, look, man, attorneys can tell you whatever they want to tell you. I am interested in this case. Are you? Because this one sounded like this was brutal. When you saw the dude afterwards, it was like, what the hell? It's going to move from Vegas Justice Court to District Court on March 2nd. Does one interest you guys at all?
Yes. Kamara's going to miss some time. There's the evidence of someone got beat up. Now it's the pointing fingers of who started it, which they'll figure out in the case.
Well, the guy's name was Darnell Green. And he filed a civil suit against Kamara and the three other men. He said that they stomped on him when he was on the floor while he was unconscious outside this club. And it was excessive. So his lawsuit for compensatory and punitive damages seeks $5 million. All right. He may get it. All right, so we got all kinds of stuff to do today. And then we got to talk about Tiger Woods, y'all. Y'all watch Tiger Woods?
Yes,
yesterday?
of course.
Did you see the way he finished yesterday?
Yes, I did.
But
I watch golf.
Well, but see, this isn't just golf, right?
Oh, no.
This isn't just the Genesis Invitational. This is the Genesis Invitational with Tiger Woods, y'all. It was pretty compelling watch. We're going to get into that. I got a lot on that. The NBA referees situation is front and center. We've got XFL, if that interests you. There's so much to do today. We're going to meet a new personality in town today. We got a sweet deal for you today. All kinds of good, yummy stuff today. When we return, Tiger ends with 3 straight birdies. That's got to make walking up that hill coming off better. Tiger's back? I don't know. He played. Is he back? Well, physically he's back. What does it mean? It's next on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Conspiracy theories.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future and get my paycheck early. I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine. Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes. Wait, what?
Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit International.
Tiger Woods, y'all. So I was watching first hole. He birdied the first hole. Everybody birdies the first hole. It's a reachable par 4 at Riviera. And I think it was maybe the second hole. No, it was the first hole. He missed the fairway and came up short. And so his chip put him within birdie range. And I don't know if it was Brandel Chambly or whoever was on the Golf Channel. Just went, Tiger Woods, y'all. Like, yep. It was back. Did you watch a little bit of it yesterday? It's different when that guy's on the golf course. And as someone said on Golf Channel yesterday, and again, I don't remember who it was, he said there's big tournaments, and then there's big tournaments with Tiger Woods in it. And with a $20 million purse, now I'm not telling you he's going to win. I'd like to see him make the cut, and I know you would too. He finished with 3 straight birdies and finished 2 under 69 yesterday. And is sitting in, 20-something place at -2? What is it, 27th place? I don't know, man. Amory, I know you watched. Did you watch?
I did watch.
It just hits a little different.
It hits a little different, and his group in general is just a lot of fun.
Well, it was
got
him
Rory
and
Justin
JT.
Thomas,
Yeah. I am one who got to see Tiger in his prime, and I am one who is well aware that Tiger will never be back to Tiger Woods of the early 2000s, late 1990s. But I'm also aware that there's an aura about that guy. It'd be like if Michael Jordan came back and played a game.
It's ridiculous.
You would
Also,
watch, wouldn't you?
Yes, and on top of Tiger Woods being GOAT status is he also almost died and lost his leg.
Well,
so that just blows my mind athletically as well.
The reconstruction, resurrection almost of him, and it's something. But Michael Jordan turned 60 the other day. But if he said, "Man, I'm coming out, I can still play with these guys," you know he couldn't, but you'd go out and watch him, wouldn't you?
Yes, you would.
Just to see Michael Jordan play, right?
There's probably still people that would say Michael Jordan could today still beat everyone in the NBA.
Well, my favorite line is, one of my favorite Jordan lines is he was asked, this was about a year ago, how would your team, you and Scotty and those guys, I'm paraphrasing it, but how would you fare against the Lakers and LeBron and AD? And he said, we'd beat them by a couple of points. And somebody asked, just by a couple of points? Like, yeah, but we're all almost 60 now, right? That's how he feels. And Tiger at 40, what is he, 47? And reconstructed and beat up and to your point, Amory, almost died and
lost his leg.
Look,
it's insane.
If you just watch him walk down, like the first at Riviera, there's a big steep hill that they all have to walk down. And just watching Rory and JT and everybody else, they're all kind of, if you walk down a steep hill, you know how you kind of walk, it's real slow. And he was limping down there. And you could see there's a little limp in his step. And it's going to be interesting to see if he makes the cut, how he is walking by Sunday, right? I think there's a lot to this. But Tiger said coming in, you guys, he said, I can still hit all the shots. It's just walking 18 holes. Something that many of you just think is so benign and so easy. Well, he's reconstructed back, and then his whole leg was shattered. I don't know, man. There were a couple of shots he made, a couple of approaches where it's like, dang, he still is so incredibly good. There's still flashes. And when he makes a putt or he misses a little putt, every shot and the crowd is on it. I think what it is, you guys, is you're realizing that the time is dwindling, and you probably realize this for a decade now, but I think ever since the accident, right? And that's now 2 years ago. It was this week. It was at the Genesis at this tournament 2 weeks ago. Ever since the accident where he damn near died, you're starting to realize that this is I think beyond once in a lifetime talent, right? I mean, this is how do you, all-time talent? Like, how do you say, well, we're not going to see another Tiger Woods again, right?
Generational.
I almost think it's more than that, right? And the fact that you realize you're not watching him in his prime, but you still get to see him compete. I think this is one of those rare things that we appreciate in sports. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, because you can do it in golf. And that's what gives him a different runway to be able to do this and still get out there and try to compete with the best in the world. And it's the overall Tiger story. It's not just how good he was at golf. That's why you're never going to see an impact like that, because he had that impact.
Well, everything from the way he was brought up to the racial component to it, to the fact that he was, so dominant, to his marriage and divorce and the public and like everything about it, everything about Tiger. Is there a comparison? And you can tell me no. Well, of course you can. I'm willing, but I'm willing to be wrong here. Is there a comparison on Brady here? When Brady was 45 this year, there was like a little bit of an appreciation. Man, we're watching one of the all-time greats, and we're not going to get to watch it for much longer. Like, he's 45. This is it. I got to go out and see Brady. Is there at all a comparison to that?
Probably the closest one you can get to that level of talent, this story surrounding the athlete when they're in their prime, and then on the backside of it, what they've done.
Well,
and they're the greatest in some of their sports past their prime, and for how many championships they've won and their resumes, yes.
Because you're not seeing Tiger from 1999 or 2002. You knew you weren't seeing Brady from 10 years ago, but you just wanted to see Brady. And LeBron may get to be that way here in a couple soon. I don't know when. He's 38 and he's still playing at an unbelievable level. It's just it's unlike anything I can compare in sports, and I watch it, and it's still the galleries, or you can use the word crowd, they go out to see that athlete are so beyond anything, and it's not like that game is void of stars. I would argue with you that golf is as deep as it's ever been with stars. Now, I would also agree with you if you told me there will never be a star in golf as big as Tiger Woods.
I think there's a difference between talent and stars.
100%.
There's a lot of talent.
No,
I don't
100%.
think golf has low stars.
I think golf has some stars, and I agree with you on talent. I think so. So maybe my terminology should be, the talent is as deep as it's ever been. I think there are a few stars, and that's fair. I think you're probably right. But just the galleries and the fact that the golfers all admit it. They're like, yeah, I know when it's a Tiger Woods roar, and I can hear it from 4 holes away. But there's no animosity, and you know why? You know why there's no animosity? Because if it wasn't for that guy, and they all know it, if it wasn't for that guy, they wouldn't be making the money they're making.
We wouldn't be watching a Netflix series.
Oh, it's
on the
so
PGA
good.
Tour.
I need to see it.
Okay, let me tell you something. I watched it last night before I went to bed, and I couldn't wait to catch up with you, Jeff and JJ, but I know Jeff's a golf guy. But I'm excited for non-golf fans, because this is going to make people who don't watch golf want to watch golf.
All right, so and it's called
The Full Swing. It's on Netflix. It's like inside track on all the big-time golfers right now. And it's really, really good and really fun.
What's the format? So so the people would want to go.
So like it goes throughout all the tournaments and majors throughout the year, and they focus on a different golfer every episode. First episode was the friendship between Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas. The second episode, Brooksy. Oh man, it's a good one. But they just go through each one, and then now it's starting to dive into where I'm at into the series. It brings in Live. Like, you're gonna learn everything about golf, and it's really cool for. I watch golf, but like if you don't watch golf, it's gonna make you like want to watch it. It gives you all the stories and the backlines, and explains the tournaments and the majors and like how much money they make.
Have you seen it?
Not yet.
It's so good.
It's modeled after Drive to Survive.
By the way, yeah, JJ was gonna say that Formula One.
The Formula One series that is actually in its 5th season on Netflix, and it helped just skyrocket. Formula One in the United States. And golf, it has a good following, but this is just going to help with some of the storylines, with the drama. So it's all about last season, but you watch it, and then you're going to be paying attention to some of these guys and seeing what happens when they get to a major golf tournament and they're on the course with the live golfers.
Well, you're making personality out of it. And Adrian has got it up right now on ProView Networks. If you're watching on our Facebook page, the OD in the AM or on Comcast Channel 26, Adrian's got a shot of it. And thanks for getting that. So it's a Netflix documentary series. But I think that's whoever came up with the idea, whether it's Netflix, whether it's the PGA Tour, whoever it is, the fact to humanize these guys and start to tell their stories is what's going to take them to a different level.
Yeah, no, I was just going to add on to that. It's really nice to humanize these guys. I know they're making millions playing golf, but it's not easy, and just it's so cool.
Well, and a lot of them are young. Well, not even a lot of them. I mean, almost all of them, except for Tiger Woods, are young, kind of, are going to relate to the audience that you want to relate to, right? This young, cool audience. And I'm going to tell you, like, people golf. Top Golf's been great for it. You go to a public golf course, and I don't care what town. You go Vegas, go to L.A., go to Albuquerque. It's hard to get a tee time on public golf courses. People, I don't know if and you guys maybe you can attest this better than I, because I've been in it. But I mean, does it feel like golf's become, I don't know, more of something people want to do, like a cooler thing over the last few years?
Yes.
Tiger Woods.
I think it's becoming a lot cooler thing, and a lot more. I think people were intimidated by it, and I feel like they're becoming more open, especially to male or female, and just
it's interesting.
It's gonna be really that Netflix series, and I'm gonna watch the Formula One because this one was so good, and I'm only 2 episodes in.
Yeah, and I'm gonna catch some of that as well. And what's it called?
Full Swing.
Full Swing. All right. 505-246-0610. Did you watch it at all yesterday? I mean, I love your thoughts on it, and I want to get into that. How much you're watching? Is it on your docket this weekend? There's no football for the first time since 2 weekends ago.
Are you disrespecting the XFL like that?
Oh, the XFL. Yeah. Then there's the XFL where dudes get cut for wanting pizza. That's right. Hey, John Thomas Jeweler is there for you. If you're doing Valentine's Day this weekend, and I know a lot of you are because it was Tuesday and it was in the middle of the week, and you're still trying to figure it out, it's easy to figure out. Go see John Thomas at John Thomas Jewelers. I've told you that they are my jeweler now because, they're the best jewelry store I've seen, period, in a long, long time. 3rd floor, Lewis University Building on Louisiana, 1 block south of Banal, just directly east of the Coronado Mall. You can go visit them at johnthomasjewelers.com. They are custom jewelry at an incredibly affordable price. Why? Because they do it all here. See, what John does, he's an expert jeweler, the best jeweler in Albuquerque for years now, the only 5-star Google-rated jeweler. They do it here. So when you bring them in a piece, or you're getting a piece handcrafted and custom made, it doesn't get sent to L.A. or New York or Chicago or wherever in the world they send things. It's done right here. That keeps the cost affordable, and that's why they do more custom jewelry in a week than most jewelers do in a year. When you're ready to make her your wife, go see John and John Thomas Jewelers because they are, by far, the best there is. On-site, state-of-the-art repair and design facility, John Thomas Jeweler, 3rd floor, Lewis University Building on Louisiana, 1 block south of Manal. If you can dream it, they can make it.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future and get my paycheck early. I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine. Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes. Wait, what?
Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Son Tiger and the difference between Tiger and Brady. The difference between Brady and Tiger is the overall impact Tiger had on the game, not just the wins, the interest to make the game something to watch, the gear, etc. No doubt. No, look, the cultural, the racial barriers that Tiger broke down made the game cool, made it accessible for a whole different audience of people. Made it exciting, made the purses jump. Yes. That's why, what is he, 47 years old and out there and broken? You're still watching for a little bit of magic, and you got it on the last 3 holes yesterday. Dude comes in, birdie, 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 and he's sitting there at 2 under, and you're going, whoa, Tiger Woods, y'all. Yes, that's why you're watching every shot. That's why you're watching every, what did he take, 69 strokes yesterday, Maria? I think Golf Channel probably showed every one of them.
Yes, oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I tried to watch every one of them.
I did too. I was on before he teed off, before the coverage started. ESPN Plus was showing it. Yes. Because I don't know how many more times I'm going to get to see that dude play. And B, I'm interested to see a guy who came back from being broken, almost died, couldn't walk, legs shattered. Go out and do it and see. I don't know, it's the best I've ever seen, and I want to see as much of it as I can. I'm going to get every drop out of that tube I can. Well. All right, I haven't given you phone numbers today. 505-246-0610. That's how to get here today. That's area code 2460610. That is the Sports Animal text line. It is also the 377 Brewery hotline. You can send emails, Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. A number of you have texted me and sent correspondence. We are aware that the FM is down. We're working on it and trying to get it up. Appreciate you finding us on the AM at AM 610. Appreciate you finding us online. We have an app, the Sports Animal app, and you can go to sportsanimalabq.com and listen to us there as well. But the ways you found us, I know it's inconvenient sometimes when the FM is down. It's not something we want, but appreciate the fact that you're working your way around that. And yes, we are aware that it's been down since yesterday. I understand. 505-246-0610 if you want to get in. XFL starting this week. Does that mean anything to you? Do you care about XFL? Jack says, I'm jonesing for footy, Jeff. I'm going through a withdrawal. One reason it feels we were robbed of an epic Super Bowl finish thanks to the useless refs.
Oh, gosh.
Are you guys, XFL doing anything for you?
I went to a game right before the pandemic happened, and it was like very fun because no one knew who their team was yet, and they were everyone was wearing their like NFL jersey of choice. Okay. And it was football and it was fun, but I'm not jonesing for it yet.
You?
Might bet on it.
Feels like betting on preseason football.
Yeah, I'm just like, whatever. Like if I'm able to bet on it, I'll do it.
It feels like flipping a coin to me.
Yeah, there'll be some of that. It'll be interesting to see which one gains any traction because you have the USFL right around the corner as well. And there's a track record, man. This stuff hasn't worked. It's the NFL, that's college football. And then there's
I agree with you.
Football, but it doesn't take off like you expect it just because it's football.
You know, and that's the stats show, and I've seen these from so many different angles. The NFL is by far and away the number one popular sport in America. Number two is college football. So football rules, but established football rules. The XFL, the USFL, and honestly, JJ, I couldn't tell you the difference. Like if you listed me a bunch of teams and said put them in the league to which they belong, would you be able to do that chart? Do you know which teams are XFL teams, USFL teams? Do you? I have no idea. Which is the league that plays all in one site? Remember last year they all played in Birmingham? Was that the USFL?
That is correct.
And so that's not what's going on tomorrow, right?
No.
This is the Rocks League?
Yes.
All right.
Remember this? He hate me.
Yeah.
XFL.
So give me a reason I should watch this. Because, I mean, with all due respect,
because it's football.
Okay.
And if you just have it if you need something on the background of your TV and just watch it.
So
and then one player might, if someone needs a player from next year because they're desperate, they might give an XFL player.
All right, so okay,
that's about it.
I could watch college basketball that matters this weekend. I could watch Tiger Woods play.
I know some people just want football though.
No, I get it, but and I hear that all the time. But yet, to JJ's point, how many of these leagues have we had that get up and go in and go nowhere? Because the thought is, well, people love football, and I'm not wishing them harm. I'm not wishing them doom. I've sat around and watched in my lifetime USFL and the AAF and the USFL again and the XFL and the XFL again, and all these spring leagues pop up, and I hope they do well. I want guys to get a chance. I want guys to go play. I think it's great. And there's minor league baseball. The world doesn't watch it. It exists and it's good in its towns. And this is it bad? I know the USL gets mad if you call it minor league soccer, even though it's under Major League Soccer. This is minor league football, right? I mean, do we agree with that?
Yeah.
It can be professional.
Yeah.
But it's minor league football, right? It's okay that I don't know.
Is it if they're not feeding into anything?
Well, I mean, it's not. Is it Major League?
To them, it is.
But it's not. I mean, the Major League is the NFL. If it's not that, if it's not on par with the top league, then it's below it, right? Which would just define minor league to me. I don't know.
It's too new. I know they had it. They came back. These have had some failures, but I feel like I don't know, with technology and social media, and who knows, maybe people will get hooked on it.
Well, and to your point, is it feeding into anything? Doesn't the USFL have some sort of an alignment with the NFL? Isn't there some sort of a developmental alignment with the NFL?
I don't know.
I thought there was. And look, if you're into it, be into it. And knock yourself out and bet on it and watch it and have big parties for the USFL Bowl or the XFL Bowl or whatever. I think it's great. I mean, the beauty is the good Lord invented the remote control. If you don't like it, you can go watch something else, right? I got USA track and field that I can get into this weekend, or golf, or college basketball, or all kinds of stuff, right? There's soccer, right? I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. If this is your thing, go do it. I think it's wonderful.
I think the better question is these leagues.
Yeah.
Because there's still people pouring a ton of money into them. There's still networks that want to put them on. How do they gain traction?
I don't know the answer because I've watched it for
people
how many
believe
times?
in it. People keep investing money in it. What is the key to draw the football fan to get them interested in that?
Well, and the USFL tried to make competition with the NFL in like 1986. And now they're trying to I think they're trying to do it again along the same lines, but no one's ever going to beat the NFL.
That's right, especially.
But they're not connected in that way.
All right, 505-246-0610. If you're watching, I'm into it. I want to know why. What's got you watching the XFL?
I mean, maybe just like, this is a bad comparison, but people are trying new ideas, just how Liv is doing golf.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like,
and I'm interested if people are into it. Why? Like, is maybe your cousin's playing and you want to see, or a guy from your alma mater's playing. Are you into it? Is it the uniforms? You like the Brahmas and the Battlehawks or the Sea Dragons and the Defenders? And Adrian's got all your matchups up on ProView right now. You can take a look at the full schedule. Adrian, great work. Vipers, Renegades, the Roughnecks against the Guardians. Those are your games this weekend. Hey, how you feeling, fellas? Going into the off season for football, you feeling good? Or are you tired and sluggish? Way too often, huh? NuMale can help you. NuMale's been helping men all over the country for years deal with things like that. Fatigue, depression, weight gain, even erectile dysfunction, and they'll help you feel better. And now for men and ladies who are dealing with hair loss, NuMale can help you as well. The phone number is 505-652-1688, 505-652-1688, or online at NuMale.com, NuMale.com. Hair restoration options, state-of-the-art, then they work. NuMale's professionals will walk you through the options, and then you choose what's best for you. Whether it's platelet-rich plasma hair therapy that uses your own platelets to stimulate stem cells deep in your hair follicle to stop hair loss and regrow hair, to FDA-cleared clinical hair restoration laser that's proven to regrow hair, they'll offer you a NeoGraft hair transplant as well, which produces natural-looking results in less than a week, and there's no linear scarring. Men and ladies, give them a call. NuMale's number is 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688, or online at NuMale.com.
Nelson, he's got 3 fouls, so he doesn't really want to be getting the ball.
Dagger. That's
Gomez!
Inside.
Hostile gives it up. Shot is oh!
Ball goes inside to Duke, guarded by Trujillo. Eli with the tip and the finish.
Schermerhorn on the drive. Yes, strong.
She's going to got numbers. Going to
1
make it.
second. She slips it in just a.
Still some time. Montoya, plenty of room. Yes. Wide open long ball for Jason Montoya.
Gets the screen, ball fake, but rejected. Boom. Rejects it.
Quickly, or if they hold for the final. Wyckoff, yes, count the basket. A chance at a three-point play for Wyckoff, and a free throw is coming up.
Catch and shoot.
E. Hill Give it to the hot hand. Why not?
We're happy for the boys, and oh boy. I guess they knew about it.
One more.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early. I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
In the ratings for bowl games, people love high school football. It's established. Can it be the market's just saturated for something that you love so much? Right? I mean, XFL, text line says anyone who's good in the USFL, whether coaching or playing, will be poached by the NFL. Yes, that's probably the goal. Text line says Speech is a Viper fan. And Anne Marie, it says Anne Marie right there, is hardcore betting on XFL. Who are the Vipers? Where are they from? Is that Minnesota? He's a Vikings fan, right? I don't even know where the Vipers are. Can it be it's saturated
Vegas
that
Vipers.
we love football that's established? And we do. There was a minute, about 2 decades ago, where indoor football, arena football was really big, right? And I think it's still entertaining. JJ, I like to, and I know you do too, like going out and watching gladiator games.
And arena football's coming back.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Arena Football League.
Yeah, the big one.
In 2024.
All right. So I think there's something in the Arena Football League. I think it's really exciting. Can it be you're just saturated? Like you've got a calendar, a sports calendar in your mind, right? and it goes Super Bowl, and then you kind of go back into college basketball, then you get into tournaments. The weekend after the tournament, or like the day after the tournament, or right around the day the tournament ends. I think it's even before that now. Used to be the tournament ends on a Monday and Major League Baseball opens on Tuesday, but now baseball opens like the day before on Sunday. But like as soon as college basketball season ends, you go into baseball season, and then you're in April, and then you've got there's a calendar. The Indy 500's on Memorial Day, and the Derby's on the first Saturday in May, and there's a calendar.
Well, the Arlington Renegades, who are taking on the Vegas Vipers this weekend.
Vegas Vipers. Yeah.
Head coach is Bob Stoops.
Okay.
For the Arlington Renegades. They're 3-point favorites in this contest. A lot of former NFL players. Former first-round pick Vic Beasley had 15.5 sacks from the Falcons, playing for the Vipers. They're ready for all USFL quarterback last season, Kyle Sloter.
Okay.
To lead the Arlington passing attack.
I don't know who Kyle Sloter is.
Oh.
Should I?
Yeah. He first was a backup for the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
And then he went to the Arizona Cardinals, and then he went back somewhere else. So, yeah, you have to know who Kyle Slaughterhouse is.
I have no idea who he is.
Name three XL Flip.
I can't.
First round draft pick.
Say that again?
2022 USFL first round draft pick.
Kyle Sloter.
Yeah, and then he went to the NFL.
Respect the man.
I respect him.
Anyone that goes to the next level.
Orlando Guardians.
Orlando Guardians?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. They're home, aren't they? Big game for the Orlando
Roughnecks head coach Wade Phillips.
I've heard. Yeah, I know Wade Phillips. I rode in a car with him for 2.5 hours from Gallup back to Albuquerque.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
it's random.
Well, he was a speaker out at the event out in Gallup, and we drove him back. That was right after he got released by the Rams. He had some interesting things to say. I'm not going to lie.
Hey, the Seattle Sea Dragons have Josh Gordon. Yes, that Josh Gordon.
The one who can't play in the NFL anymore?
Yes.
So that's talent.
I mean, come on.
Look, I never told you they don't have talent, and I appreciate you giving me a reason to watch now. Because the whole point was, all right, give me a reason to watch. Why should I care?
That you should probably be going in on San Antonio +2 against the Battlehawks.
Who's San Antonio's quarterback? And what's San Antonio's team name?
Brahmas.
Come on. They got to be better than that. All right, the Brahmas, they're playing the Battlehawks.
Coach and general manager Hines Ward.
Is it New Orleans?
St. Louis.
Battlehawks? Hines Ward's their coach? All right, so there's some names I know, but am I watching for a coach? I mean, Wade Phillips is there. Hey, there's Wade Phillips. All right. How long am I watching?
It's just new to you. I'm like, look, the biggest comparison to me is like Live. You're like, okay, I don't know if I'm into the Live format. Maybe this is like, well, maybe this will bring new football fans in, or who knows, a whole new generation.
Okay, so I'm not against what they're doing. I'm not telling you I hate it. I'm asking if anybody's interested in why, and I appreciate this, but I've watched this exercise over and over and over again, right?
Right.
And I've watched it, and JJ's point's fair, because we've watched it fail. And so the question is,
how do you watch it?
What do you mean, have I watched it?
No, I want to know how I watch it this weekend. I'm going to look that up on Break. ESPN. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
ABC.
I mean, you're on ESPN.
The thing here is you can't change. It's football.
It's football.
Yep.
Like golf, you're like, oh, we're going to play teams.
And we're going to play 3 rounds, and we're going to...
Well, football is football.
And you can wear shorts.
Like, they're doing some different things. Like instead of an onside kick, you can go for a 4th and 15. So, like, it changes like that, but you're not doing anything dramatically to be like, oh, my gosh, you got to watch this because it's different football.
I'll sample it. It's just so hard to watch something that like anything we watch, we're somewhat vested, right? I mean, think of any sporting event you watch, you're kind of somewhat vested, aren't you? I mean, even if I watched who Davidson played the other night. I watched Davidson play somebody the other night, basketball, and it's like, all right, I kind of watched it. Hey, is that Steph Curry's logo on their jersey? Like,
I just want to know
if
at any point during the season, does the team get to play the Rock card? Like, they get to have the Rock on their roster for one game?
Yes. I mean, obviously. Whoever, wins the lottery.
Also, maybe in one of those markets where your team's not doing really well, but your XFL team is doing good, maybe you're like, heck yeah, finally a winning team.
Hell with the Saints.
Or the Magic or the
Damn
Spurs.
Seahawks. I'm into the Sea Dragons. All right. XFL. It's big. I got some NFL talk for you, and Rogers is coming out of the dark soon. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what?
Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Here, Jeff Symbieta, A. Marie Castillo, and JJ Bach.
Game of the night. That's what it says here on my text line. Game of the night, according to John Rothstein, national sports writer at CBS. Lobos and Spartans. Text line says Lobos 72, Spartans 65. Los Lobos are back. Better hope so. It's a big one for New Mexico tonight. Good morning to you. Happy Friday, and ho! It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck, A. Marie back in town.
A. Marie is back. Anne Marie is back. Back again.
Marie, A. Marie. All right, welcome home.
Thank you.
Game of the night, Lobos and Spartans. I don't know if it's the game of the night. Maybe it is in America. I don't know how many games are on the schedule Friday night. All I know is it is a gigantic game for New Mexico. You're like, come on, Jeff. They're going to San Jose, playing in that little gym up there. No, that's the team in front of them. That's the team they need to beat. If they don't win this game tonight, JJ, I think fair to say, if you're going to Vegas, make your plans and watch them on Wednesday.
Yes, that is fair to say.
That it's going to be really hard. I don't want to tell you impossible, but certainly hard to get over the hump and get a first-round bye. This game's vital, and I think it's more vital. Well, not more vital, as vital for the confidence of this club, because Richard Pitino's the guy who came out and said, their head coach said, that we've lost our confidence. And I don't know. Last I looked at the calendar, it's February 17th. That makes it mid to late February. The worst time to lose your confidence would probably be, I don't know, mid to late February when you're trying to make a run. They have got to win this game tonight to turn this thing around, and just confidence-wise, just to think that they can go, because you know where they're going next? Take a look at the standings, boys and girls. Go ahead, take a look. First place, San Diego State. Second place, Boise State. You know where they're going next? They're going to Boise. The team that you beat in that emotional, tough, tight win here. Remember the whole, the baseball team was there. And they've been sitting on that up there for, they've got incentive. They've been yelling and screaming about that since halftime of that game. Then you come home and you get San Diego State, who's in first place. You got to win tonight, JJ.
Apparently they got into it again with some people at Colorado State.
Who did? Boise State?
Boise State coaches.
No, but they're always the victims. They're always the poor Boise State. They're always the victims. Everybody's mean to them. I don't know. What's the
Leon Rice, Crimea River.
What seriously? What
now? Like they yell at you. You're just trying to walk up and down that ramp because of Leon Rice.
Well, they should. they should. I mean, seriously. All right. So, is House playing tonight?
Questionable for the tag.
House has to play tonight, right? At some point,
with his hamstring hurt, then he doesn't play.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. Even if House doesn't play, they've got to be better. You can't get run out double digits out of Clune Arena by an Air Force team that's nice. You can't get run out of your building by a last place depleted Wyoming team. Whether you got House or not, whether you got your point guard or not. Jerry Palm was on with us yesterday at 8:30, and we asked him specifically about two things. We asked him specifically about a lot of things. We asked him about the Lobos and what he thought, and we asked him about the New Mexico State situation. If you missed that or anything else, by the way, you can go and catch it anywhere you get a podcast. It's on JJ's Twitter page, right? It's not there. No, go to our website.
It's on all of the Sports Animal.
Yeah.
Like Sports Animal Twitter handle at 610 KNML.
All right,
Sports Animal Facebook page. It's the easiest way to access all our podcasts.
All right, and you can listen to what Jerry Palm had to say yesterday about that. It's pretty interesting stuff. But I think everybody agrees, man. And you know what Jerry said? And this was, I don't know if it was too extreme or if it's not too extreme, JJ. He said you can't, because your point guard is out, go from being the second best team in the league to the worst team in the league. That's what he said. And you're saying, come on, man, that's way too extreme. They're not the worst team in the league. I don't know. They got run out of their building by double digits by the team is in last place. You define worst team in the league. Well, they're not. They're in sixth place, and they were the last undefeated team in America. Oh, that's great. You're right. I'm just telling you what a national respected writer for CBS Sports said. That was his interpretation, how he looked at it. And by the way, that kind of matters. It doesn't matter when you go to the NCAA tournament, but you got to win to go to the NCAA tournament. But JJ, when he said that to me the other day, he sent me a text on that. And I kind of scoffed at it. But when he said it yesterday on our show, you can't go from being the second best team in the league to the worst team in the league just because your point guard's out. And I said, they're not the worst team. And then, I don't know, if you get run out of your own building by the last place team, well, if you get run out of your own building by the last place team, does that make you the worst team in the league?
Are they the worst team in the league? No. Did they look like the worst team in the league? That game, yes. And that's 2 games in a row where they've been blued out the built. And so that's the point, is you lose your point guard and you look like the worst team in the league.
And they didn't get blued out by the first or second or third place team. They got blued out by an 8th and a last place team, right? That's a problem. That's what makes today so important for Lobo basketball. All right, we're here for you today. And 505-246-0610. I understand our FM is down. Thank you for finding us on the AM or on the app or wherever it is you found us and how you're listening or watching on ProView Networks. That's available for you if you have Comcast Xfinity. It's on channel 26. If you're at the office, the FM's down, whatever, hit the Facebook. You can go to our Facebook page, the OD in the AM, and you can watch the show there and get all the content there. The Sports Animal text line is open for you at 505-246-0610. You can get on the Sports Animal there, or you can phone us on the 377 Brewery hotline. That's area code 505-246-0610. They're both the same number, 505-246-0610. Text line says, Boise State, everyone is mean to us. UNM, the referees hate us. It's the referees' fault we lost. Glass houses. No, look, everybody thinks, right? Give me a fan base that thinks the referees or the league isn't against them. You got one?
No.
Every fan base. Oh, the league's out to screw us. The referees are out to screw us. Look at the scheduling. They had a bye before they played us. You know what? Everybody's got 2 byes. And at some point, they got to come back and play somebody else. And whoever they played is going to have not been on a bye in basketball. That's just how that works. At some point, you're going to play somebody who's on a bye. Well, we always do. Okay. The referees are out to screw. Do you see how many fouls they called again? Okay. I don't know. Maybe you guys are fouling.
Never.
Our guys don't cheat, man. Our guys don't cheat. Our guys never travel. Nope. Understand. All right. What else do I get? How many games are there in the Mountain West tonight? I guess most of them are going to be tomorrow, right? Is that where I'm looking? Because as we're coming down the stretch now, I mean, games get more and more vital. Who won? Did Gonzaga beat Loyola last night? By the way,
they destroyed them. They won by 43.
Oh my goodness. In L.A. So Loyola had beaten Gonzaga up in Spokane. They beat them by 43 last night? Holy smokes. All right. I watched
108-65.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
What was the halftime score?
They're up.
Because I watched BYU lose at home to Santa Clara. Santa Clara won in Provo for the first time in 50 years.
They're up 68-28.
Yeah, I thought they might make a statement.
Bit of a statement.
Yeah. No, that's something. All right, Air Force at Wyoming tonight and New Mexico at San Jose State. The game's on CBS Sports Net. Of course, you can listen to it over on News Radio KKOB. And then this weekend, Saturday, Colorado State's in Fresno. And a big one on Saturday night, Nevada at Utah State. Utah State's kind of falling on the wrong side of the bubble too, aren't they?
Yeah, right now, feeling solid. San Diego State, Boise State, Nevada.
Yeah, Jerry doesn't like, for whatever reason, Jerry doesn't like Boise State, but I think everybody else in the metrics do, right?
Yeah.
I think Boise State's in a good spot. And then those 3 are in, I think. And as we get closer and closer to getting to Vegas, we'll go through that. All right, want your calls at 505-246-0610, 888-922-0610. When we come back, the NFL and the turf situation was a big deal coming out of the Super Bowl. Why the people who dealt with the turf said, it's not my fault, man. This is on the NFL. We'll do that when we return. I'll tell you about International Protective Service on a regular basis, IPS. They're the security company that I've hired to watch my home. They watch my home for years. They keep the bad guys away. And this is private security that's affordable. And it's becoming more and more of a thing because the bad guys are on the increase. The good guys are numbers on the decrease. And private security is protecting homes and businesses. You've worked really, really hard to build what you've got. You want to protect your family. You don't want a bad guy or bad guys coming in and destroying what you built. Call IPS. They will, at my house, they're there every day. They come by every single day. There's a presence. When I travel, they're there picking up newspapers or mail or packages that are left. They'll roll garbage cans to the curb and back on garbage day. They do exterior checks. They make sure that everything is secure. Give them a call because you've worked really, really hard to build what you've got. Protect it. Committed to our city and your protection. International Protective Service, IPS at 897-2420. That's area code 505-897-2420 or online at ipsglobal.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early. I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine. Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes. Wait, what?
Seth?
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers, they maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do.
Sports animal.
This will be a segment, huh? We get to hoe, we get to sweet deal. Who knows? Get to talk about grass. Not that kind of grass. Got some hoes lately.
That was a hoe.
It's a 3-day weekend hoe. Who knew we got 3-day weekends, Anne-Marie?
I just found out.
Yeah, so did we. Yeah, we won't be here on President's Day. So let's get it in today at 505-246-0610. Hey, I haven't seen you since. Did you watch Super Bowl, Anne-Marie?
Yes. And the reason I went to Vegas.
Yeah, what'd you think of the grass? What'd you think of the field?
I thought it was great. I've been to that stadium too. Not a big fan of the stadium. I know people were complaining about the grass, but I thought I had a great time, enjoyed the game.
All right. Can I give you a little background on the field, the turf?
Yeah, I heard a little bit.
Oklahoma State developed this turf. The Oklahoma State University. It's a newer breed of grass. If I can channel my inner Hal Mummy, JJ, always refer to Hal Mummy when we talk about types of grass. Hey, Murray, back in the day when Hal Mummy was the coach at New Mexico State University, he would come on with us every Tuesday. And there was a particularly bad season, right? And it was late in the year, and they were going. It was one of the Louisiana schools, right? When they were in the Sun Belt, right? I think they were going down there, and Was it? All right. Well, how Mummy was talking about the grass. Well, and it's a different kind of grass, and it's not the Kentucky bluegrass. It's more of a, well, I mean, this is when the season went off the rails. We're not talking about quarterbacks or who's healthy. We're talking about the playing surface.
Like my scouting reports no longer involve players.
So this grass, Oklahoma State evidently has been developing different breeds of grass since the 80s. And so the NFL used Oklahoma State's new Tahoma 31 grass. And the school was so proud of this. In fact, they were bragging about it. They put out a couple of tweets before the game. Look at this. Here's our grass. It's being played on OK State grass. And the Oklahoma State turf grass has scored another touchdown, this time at State Farm Stadium. The Super Bowl is going to be played on our Tahoma 31 Bermuda grass. And then, boom, then this happened. So is it all in Oklahoma State? Well, Oklahoma State afterwards put out a release. It's not their fault, damn it. It's the NFL's fault. Do you know why?
Why?
Quote from Oklahoma State. While OSU scientists developed and patented Tahoma 31, they had no role in creating or preparing the field for Super Bowl 57. Tahoma 31 was used for the base layer, but the field was also seeded with a top layer of ryegrass, which has slick leaf surfaces when damp. That and other factors may have contributed to traction issues during play, end quote. So basically they pin everything on the NFL grounds crew, that if the grass had been used as it was supposed to be used, there wouldn't have been any issues. That there weren't any other issues with the Eagles stadium. They used this at the Eagles game, and actually Tahoma 31 was used there. You buying this crap? Does it matter to you? I mean, it was just a crappy field. Right out loud. Does it matter to you?
It has to matter because we saw it with our own eyes. The players slipping like crazy. Players going through cleats.
Does it matter whose fault it was, though, my point? Do you want to hear? Do you want regular ryegrass?
I think both were. What? Both should be. I think it was on the NFL and these people. And, oh, yikes.
What?
One of the biggest games of the year, maybe, and potential safety of the players.
One of the biggest?
The biggest event in the world, of the universe.
Yeah. Evidently, they spent $750,000 on this field, by the way. In the first 27 Super Bowls, we didn't spend $1,000 on the field for a game. $750,000 on this one. I don't know, man. I'm not what do you call a grassologist? What do you call someone who's like?
Is this a joke or?
No, I mean, is it a scientist? Is it one who specializes in grass?
Well, this has been an ongoing.
A gardener?
This has been an ongoing topic throughout the NFL with players complaining playing on turf or grass, and just safety overall, not just Super Bowl, but over the grass that should be played on.
But this particular surface has generated so much conversation coming out of it. You had players calling it the worst surface they've ever played on. It was bad, right? I mean, even during the game, you could hear the commentators, you could see what was going on. It was a problem, right? The NFL chose Tahoma 31. Will you put that on the board, by the way, for a fantasy football team?
Tahoma.
Because they thought it was the best grass available. Did you know the NFL has a field surface director, a guy named Nick Pappas? On his business card, it says NFL's field surface
Doesn't surprise
director.
me.
Should it? What do you think that guy makes? The NFL's
a lot of money.
Field surface director, $500,000 a year? Is that a salary for the NFL? I mean, honestly. We believe that right now this is one of the strongest varieties of hybrid Bermuda grass you can get. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's what we're dealing with.
The average field service director salary in the United States is $150,000.
I'll take
but,
it. I'll learn.
Yeah.
Right. About grass right now.
but NFL is $250,000.
$250?
Where do I take that class?
What do you mean?
To sign up to learn about
growing grass.
Field grass.
How much that guy make?
$250,000.
Yeah, that's a decent gig. I mean, that's good. You know what's even nicer? Saving you money and eating well and getting a sweet deal. And boy, do we have a sweet deal for you today. On our website, you go to sportsanimалabq.com. You go there at 9 o'clock because it's going to sell out quickly. You click on the sweet deal icon, And for $25, you get $50 worth of Takumi's, the first Japanese barbecue in New Mexico. You can be your own chef while interacting with your family and enjoy many different styles during your experience. It is great to talk about that. Anna Sue is here. Hello, Anna Sue. How are you? Oh, maybe, is that mic not up? Hold on. I don't even know where that is.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, give her a mic. You want to hand her a mic over there? Let's do this. Come on over here, Anna Sue. Because somebody turned that thing down. All right. What I want to know, first of all, welcome. And sorry about that little mix-up. Welcome to radio, huh?
Yes.
Japanese barbecue. What is Japanese barbecue? Like when I sit down, because now I'm intrigued and I've not been to Takumi's, but I'm going to Takumi's. What is Japanese barbecue?
In Japanese way, we call Japanese yakiniku barbecue. Well, actually, a lot of people confuse. They would think like regular traditional barbecue. They cook the meat ready, but we actually make you cook for yourself.
Really? I got to work?
That's fun. Not really. Then we have those smokeless barbecue table. You just put some raw meat there or steak. Yeah. It will automatically cook for you. You just flip over and eat.
It sounds delicious. Where is Takumi's?
Takumi, it's on the by the Windrock Center.
Okay.
2100 Louisiana.
Right on Louisiana.
Right by the Target and Uptown area.
Yeah, so that's where everybody's going. You go for lunch. I mean, you can put this on your lunch routine, or certainly for dinner. And for $25, you're going to get $50 to sample Takumi's, and it's going to probably become one of your favorite spots. What's your favorite dish at Takumi's? What should I order?
I like them all.
You like them all. There's not. Whenever I go to, that's a dumb question, right? I've never asked somebody who works at a restaurant what's good, because nobody's ever said, well, that one's not.
Right. It depends on your mood. Sometimes, like how you come in. We have the different Takumi, maybe a little bit different with a traditional restaurant.
Yeah.
Because we have so much selection. You're walking and you have mood today, like, oh, I just want to simply have some sushi rolls.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you can, with a lot of friends come and say, hey, we want to have a bunch of fun. So you can sit in the tables to have a chef cook for you.
That's beautiful.
So you have a choice.
Adrian was just putting up shots of your restaurant on our video feed on Comcast Channel 26 and on our Facebook. All right.
Nice.
So go by and take care. It's Japanese barbecue, which just sounds flat out freaking delicious. And it's, what'd you say, 2100 Louisiana?
Yes.
All right. Go by and see them. Do you have a website people can go check it out?
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
TakumiBBQ.com.
That's TAKUMI. That's how you spell Takumi, boys and girls.
Correct.
TAKUMI
Yeah.
All right. Well, go on our website, sportsanimалabq.com, right at 9 o'clock. Click on our sweet deal icon. And for $25, you're going to get $50 worth of Takumi's deliciousness. Anna Sue, great to see you. Can't wait to stop by your spot and experience Takumi's, because it sounds wonderful. Japanese barbecue.
Yeah, we can't wait to see you there.
I will be there. Have a great day, and thanks for coming by. All right, when we come back, we're going to get more in. I got a bunch of your correspondence. I know you still want to talk about Tiger. I'm done talking about the field at the Ding Stadium and the grass. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am an Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your coverage from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say, people mean more.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
And AM 610, the sports animal.
All I know is I got a new place to eat. Hit our sweet deal coming up at the top of the hour at 9 o'clock. Lobo Hobo says, you asked the wrong question, Jeff. You never ask a favorite dish because you'll never get an answer. You ask, what's their signature item? Fair enough. This is actually really good constructive criticism, Lobo Hobo, and I appreciate that. Because we have restaurant sweet deals all the time, JJ. I'm sorry to run you out. Thanks for giving up your mic. I must be new around here. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's a good way to do that. What is your signature item? Lobo Hobo also said, I thought you were going to hoe all the way until post time for the basketball game tonight. Yeah, that was a hoe. This one says, keep the Tiger Woods updates coming, Jeffy, from the Glenn Campbell Open. He's got to start pretty soon. And this one says from Telus, on the tee from the USA, Tiger Woods. I got a text on Tiger that we were talking a little bit about this earlier. And if you weren't with us, love your thoughts. Did you watch Tiger yesterday? You know, we I don't know if they're fresh takes. I don't know if they're anything new, but every time, and it's been a minute since we got to see Tiger and why you're watching Tiger. And I told you, I think it's because people in this sport can appreciate that you're watching a guy who is the greatest and you're not going to get to see him very often. And so when Tiger plays now, while it's not Tiger from 2002, it's still Tiger Woods. And you can say, I saw Tiger Woods compete. I saw him play. And Ed sent me a text that says there are 3 legends that stop the world. Ali, Jordan, Tiger. The rest are stars at different levels. And I don't think he's wrong. Brady is sensational. Brady is the GOAT of quarterbacks. But I think I would agree with him that Ali, Jordan, Tiger, pick your order, are on a different level of legend. In the words of that text, they stop the world. Do you guys disagree with that? Is there anybody else that should be on that shelf?
No.
I mean, I know a LeBron fan would say LeBron. I'm not sure I agree with that. Is there anybody else? And the fact that a golfer is on that is stunning in its own right. But when you think of what Tiger did, how he did it, what he did to that game, I mean, is there anybody else that you even think? I mean, would Hank Aaron have been in that ilk? I mean, probably Babe Ruth back in the 20s or 30s or whenever Babe Ruth was
way
around,
before,
or way before any of us. But is there any, like Babe Ruth's name is like a legendary, right? Babe Ruth, oh my goodness. But, I mean, anything that any of us have seen? What's the name I just read?
Besides the names you just read off.
Is Hank Aaron, maybe? I mean, I know he just passed away last year. Would he have been in that ilk? He held probably the most famous record in American sports for a long time. I don't have another one. I think it's a great list. It's 3. My Mount Rushmore, if you want to say just legends that stop time. What did he say? However he phrased it was really good. That just stop the world. Ali, Jordan, Tiger. Well, oh my goodness. Boom. What did Michael Jordan say? What did Tiger say? Yeah. And if you go back and think what they did, I mean, you know, Ali, and you guys, there's a really early childhood. Ali was not loved by the majority of people. Ali was hated by many people. And when you get to now and you get to, you know, where we've been in modern time, like Ali is universally loved because retrospect really puts things into focus. But you go back into Ali's time, he was hated by many people. Draft dodger. It was a very, very harsh time in racial relations in our country, and he was not shying away from any of that. Oh, by the way, he became the best there ever was. I mean, you go back and look at that story. Tiger wasn't loved by everybody when he was coming through. What's this black guy doing in a white guy's sport? When there was a lot of that. There was a whole lot of that. I remember when he went to his first Masters. There was discomfort. That guy going to Augusta. Yeah. And then Jordan. Jordan just revolutionized the game. Everything. How you dressed to play the game, how you played the game, how you approached it, how you watched it. That's one of the shortest but best texts I've gotten in a long time. 3 guys at a different level, and you're watching. And that's why Marie goes really back to the whole story. Why did at 1 o'clock yesterday I just flipped that thing over and had to watch it? Because we're not going to get to watch it for much longer. I think we realize it. So if you're asking me, am I watching the XFL and the Renegades of the Vipers this weekend? Or am I watching that dude if he makes the cut? I don't care if he's in 47th place. I'm watching that dude. I think most of you are too.
The way it should be.
Yeah. Ken says the 15-time major circus, Tiger Woods. Jeff, you watch the TV ratings this weekend if he makes the cut versus the Genesis last year, and you'll see the difference. 100%. 100%. All right, we're at 505-246-0610. That is the Sports Animal text line. And it is also the 377 Brewery hotline, 505-246-0610. Your emails are coming in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com and JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Lobo women win last night, 71-62 out at the pit. And James wants to know, JJ, can Air Force be the only hurdle? He said it looks like the women, their only obstacle left is at 11 o'clock post time against Air Force and an Air Force team that they've owned. I mean, owned, whatever it was, Flanagan, Sanchez, or Bradbury. Is that right? Is that their only obstacle left on the schedule?
Yes.
So what do they got left?
San Jose State tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
At Air Force next Thursday.
Okay.
Host Utah State.
They're not very good
and
either.
At Fresno State. So right now, Fresno State, Utah State, San Jose State combined have won 4 conference games.
So they should run the table.
But the problem is Boise State has a soft schedule.
Okay.
And if they beat Colorado State, then New Mexico is going to be the 6th seed regardless.
And have you figured out who's got the tiebreaker?
No.
All right. All right. So you can only control what you can control, and it's a game that got away. I keep thinking back to that one at San Diego State, that day game. That day game that they were up big.
Up
and
13 points in the second half.
Yeah, and let that one get away. Ruben, good morning. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. Thank you. Well, nobody's probably going to like this one, but to me, one of the Tiger Woods and all that was Lee Trevino.
Okay.
And this is why I think he won, if I'm not wrong, 5 majors. But he didn't have the training that Tiger did. This man was picking cotton, joined the service to get something to eat, and he didn't have the same. Tiger Woods' dad brought him up that way and made him a great golfer, and he's doing the same with his son Charlie. But I give a lot of credit to Lee Trevino. Thank you.
Thank you. And I think that's fair, but not fair. So let me explain what I mean. If you want to tell me what's a greater story, a rags to riches story, a self-made guy, and again, Lee Trevino for Hispanic Latinos golf fans for bringing a whole new group of people to golf. Man, rest his soul. Armando, who used to cut my hair when I had hair when I was on TV, he used to tell me Lee Trevino's story. Armando played golf. And he loved Lee Trevino and would tell me all kinds of stories about meeting Lee Trevino. He brought a whole new group of people in. And to Ruben's point, he didn't have his dad. He did it himself. All that stuff, right. His story's amazing. But if you're going to tell me about, who stops the world, who moved the needle, there really isn't a comparison. Now, is that right? Should there be? Was it because of the time that Lee Trevino came up as opposed to Tiger? Tiger was more dominant than Trevino. If you want to tell me whose story is better, we can have that conversation. But as far as impact and who stops the world, there's no conversation. And I could see, there's a group of people now who remember Trevino and that was their favorite athlete. He was super flamboyant. He was really good. He was incredibly personable, and he didn't look like the other guys out there.
Yeah.
But if you're going to talk to me about impact and who moves the needle, and Tiger's on a different level. And that's not taking anything away from Lee Trevino. If I tell you, Michael's better than LeBron or LeBron's better than Michael, that doesn't mean you're disservicing the other one. It takes nothing away from Lee Trevino. The Tiger, that's just a whole nother level. You know what's a whole nother level? Having your vehicle detailed by On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Whole nother level of clean and detail. So what is detailing? What does it mean to have your car detailed? It's not just washed and waxed. That's under the hood. That's under the seats, around the rims. So detailing is what the car dealerships do when they put cars on the lot. Like that brand new feel. When On the Spot Automotive Detailing is done with your vehicle, that's the feeling you get. It's a brand, like it's brand new, like the day you took it off the lot. And they come to you. They do this service where it's convenient for you, when it is convenient for you. I do not know where On the Spot Automotive Detailing's offices are. Doesn't matter. They know where my office is. And when I schedule an appointment, they come to my office. They're in the parking lot. They detail my vehicle. And when they're done, I get a text. I go outside, and everybody's standing around just going, man, I want that. How do I get it? I'll tell you how you can get it. You just schedule it On the Spot Automotive Detailing. Ask them about the ceramic coating that they apply by hand. It's the best way to protect your paint. They offer a lifetime warranty on that. Our military gets a 10% discount. Here's how you schedule. You can give them a call, 505-859-2859. Area code 505-859-2859, or you can go online. It's otsdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early. I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes. Wait, what? Seth?
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your coverage from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say, people mean more.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health.
Justin Thomas will get you going on that. 505-246-0610. That is the Sports Animal text line, as well as the 377 Brewery hotline. Sherman, good morning to you. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Sherman.
Hey, good morning. All right, Jeff, greatest golfer with the greatest sense of humor.
Trevino?
Trevino.
Yeah. Yeah.
Way back in the day, the SunWest Charlie Pride golf tournament at Fort Hills. Trevino played here for 3 years. He would talk smack in the clubhouse. He would talk smack for 18 holes when he got fit. Oh, he would talk to the crowd, walking down the fairways. He was just a really fun, outgoing, humorous, but a super golfer, right?
I've heard these stories, and I love the stories. In people who were here for the Charlie Pride. And it's one of the things that was before my time. I wish I was around for it because I heard this town just loved that event, and really all the stories I hear, 95% of them are around Trevino being at the Charlie Pride.
Right, and he was the story. The only problem with Albuquerque was that was the very beginning of the senior tour. And of course, we got priced out of Albuquerque got priced out of the market after 3 years. Just didn't have the prize money to put up to keep them playing here in Albuquerque. But just a great human being. What a fun, tremendous guy he is.
Yeah,
all right, hey, have a great Friday.
Have a great weekend. Thanks, Sherman. Is it ever kind of surprise you we don't have a PGA event here? When you look around the markets, Quad Cities and look, you can say what you want about the John Deere. Why is it the John Deere's the one that everybody always goes to? But I mean, pick your tournament, right? And you look around America where the tour stops are. You ever wonder why we don't have a PGA Tour? Because I think we got great golf courses, we got good climate. Like this would have been a great spot, right? So
where would you play it?
Well, so
I'm not saying there's not.
Yeah. No, Twin Warriors would be a spot you could play. Sandia could be set up. So before we started the bowl game in back in 1995. No, I'm sorry, not 95. 2005. When I was on the Sports Authority, Dennis Latta and I were on the Sports Authority before we started working on bringing a bowl game here. We were with the LPGA, and we had literally came down to we got it down almost to the wire. I thought we were going to get it done. We're looking at Sandia, and their one issue, they liked the golf course to bring an LPGA event here. They liked the golf course. The one thing they did not like is the green on number 3. It's a really challenging, they felt almost unfair green on number 3. And at the time, I remember the people who were running Sandia said, yeah, we could change that. We could change the green if that's it. It literally came down to, okay, we just need a title sponsor. And that's what it was. It was finding a title sponsor to bankroll the purse. And we got it to that point. And I remember at the end, we hit December and said, all right, we got it as far as we can get it is up to this promoter to find a title sponsor. That's when we started working on a bowl game and got that done. But I've always this is a great golf market. It really is. And you think of, it'd be interesting now, the altitude would change things up. But here's my other idea, and I know you've heard this before. Hey, Marie, so, well, JJ, I think I've asked you this. So you know how we always try to compare eras? How would Babe Ruth compare to
all
Barry
the time,
Bonds, right? How would George Mikan compare to Shaquille O'Neal, right? And there's no way. You can't compare eras. So I was thinking this, and I got an idea for a golf tournament. I'd like to set up one of those classic courses, whether it's Augusta, Pinehurst, one of those courses, even Pebble Beach, that have been around for 4, 5, 6, 7 decades. And I would like to have today's players play that weekend with 1960s or 70s technology, meaning finding old golf clubs, woods, and those balls that don't have the spin velocity that they have now. And because those guys weren't hitting the ball 340 yards back then, right? They were hitting wooden drivers, and if they hit it 250, it was a bomb. And I don't think they'd ever do it. But would you watch that? If for one weekend golfers weren't using the high spin technology and the super mega titanium drivers that hit the ball into the next county, and would you watch that?
I think that would be a good Monday night event. I do not.
One night? So you'd like one night?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really think you get people on board 2-3 days doing that.
Okay. Fair. Would you watch it?
Yes.
Isn't that around the corner? Like
I'll
Monday
watch
Night
anything
Golf?
though.
That's starting this year?
What's that?
Not the Monday Night Golf thing, the PGA Tours.
I think that's coming this year. Yeah. All right, that's fair. I don't think the golfers would do it because I think they would have to change their swings so much and just adjust and mechanically. But I mean, technology is so advanced. In baseball, I don't know the technology's advanced that much. Dudes are just bigger, right? But in golf, you could almost say, all right, how would you do with that stuff? Could we compare eras a little bit? I don't know. I'd watch it. Kid from Albuquerque, New Mexico is about ready to get paid big in Major League Baseball. His owner says, I want to keep him here for life, the rest of his career. He's been paid once. But this young superstar is about to get ready to get paid again. It's next. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early. I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with U.S. Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with U.S. Eagle.
Time machine. Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes. Wait, what? Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
In New Mexico for 5 years running. This is the opening drive with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, A. Marie Castillo, and J.J. Buck.
All right, a little Tiger update. I know you guys have been asking for it. Tiger, Rory, and Justin Thomas started on the back 9 at Riviera. They are playing number 11. McIlroy chipping now on his 4th shot. He will tap in for par. Tiger's got 4 feet left for birdie. He's at -2. The leaders are at -7. I'll keep you up to date. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck, A. Marie. Glad you're with us today. Lots to do. I'm going to give you a story about a local guy who's about ready to get paid, and he has been paid playing Major League Baseball. But I'm going to go to the phones. 505-246-0610. Aaron, you want to talk golf? You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Aaron.
Hey, just a quick question. You talk about, like, your people who stop things. Where do you guys put Jack Nicholson? I mean, considering Jack Nicholson has won more than Tiger Woods, where do you put him? And then secondly, where do you put someone like Rafael Nadal? The guy's won 22 majors. The guy's won an Olympic gold medal.
Yep.
The guy's record at the French Open is 112 out of 115, and he's won 14 of those.
Yep.
I mean, those are astronomical numbers that not even Tiger Woods is ever going to catch. Oh, and he's probably the favorite this year again at the French Open.
Yep.
I'll listen to you guys offline.
No, I appreciate that. Thanks, Aaron. First of all, I put Jack Nicholson as one of the best actors ever. He was really good. I would put Jack Nicklaus up near the top. But so the way the texter phrased it was, it's kind of guys who stop the world. And does Jack Nicklaus kind of like stop everything? Now, if you're going to have an argument about who's the best ever, there's a really legitimate, fair argument. It was Jack Nicklaus better than Tiger Woods. Totally fair. And you're going to have probably generation bias on that, right? I saw Tiger Woods. I didn't see Jack. There's no way Jack could have been as good as Tiger. But as far as like the way that guy phrased it, it's not just what they did in their field of play. Nadal's the same thing. You're 100% right on all those numbers, right? The tennis guys are great, but do any of those tennis guys transcend their sport the way Jordan, Tiger, and Ali transcended their sport? And I think that's where the difference is. If you're going to talk about greatest of all time athletes, period, just as far as what they did in their field of play, I think it's fair. The conversation he just brought up, and Tiger missed his birdie putt. Oh, I just left it on the right side. It was about 3.5 feet. He just missed it, so he will tap this in on number 11 and stay at -2. But do you think that's fair? Because Nicklaus was great. Nicklaus's numbers are better than Tiger's. You're right. But I don't even think it's arguable to say Tiger had a way bigger impact globally and outside of his game.
He did. And that's what adds to the Tiger story of saying there's never going to be someone like him that impacts the game.
Yeah, and so Aaron, that's what the conversation was. I don't think you're wrong in regards to having those conversations about, if the conversation who's the greatest, who achieved the most in their field of play. I think you're right when it comes to that, and your tennis comparisons are absolutely fair. But as far as impact and the way that text was sent, stop the world kind of guys that, I got to see him. Tiger, Ali, Jordan. Yeah, look, I think Sampras was great. Nadal's great. Federer's been great. All those guys, and in their game, but do they transcend their sport like those three guys? And I would argue the answer is no. And again, taking nothing away from them, what they did athletically. You can disagree, or you can agree. You can get in. I think this is a good conversation. 505-246-0610. That's the Sports Animal text line, as well as the 377 Brewery hotline. You can call us, or you can text us there. Can Tiger Woods hurry up and not make the cut so to put him out of our collective misery? Sincerely, a lifelong member of the Hating Woods Club. Okay, and then there's that. That person's never come around, and that's fair too. But I think he's going to make the cut, man. The way he's playing right now, I think he's going to make the cut. All right, JJ, who is the best athlete to come out of Albuquerque in a long time? Is it Alex Bregman?
Yes.
And I know Brian Urlacher's on there. Brian came out of Lovington and then went to UNM. But those two, as far as making a mark at the top of their sport in the last 2 decades, right? And Holly Holm. Right? I remember having a conversation. Hey, Marie, do you remember a few years ago? So Alex signed a deal, and it expires, I believe, in 2024. And it was a 5-year, $100 million deal. And I remember having a conversation with somebody really close to Alex at that time, and said, the Astros got the bargain on this. And my response was, well, the Astros signed him early. They didn't have to. They could have stayed on his rookie deal. And B, I want you to think of this: that $100 million he just got, that's not his big deal. His next one's going to be his big contract. The Astros have a new general manager. His name is Dana Brown. And Dana Brown, the new general manager of the Astros, has outlined his priorities for signing contract extension with core players. And he has made it clear that Alex Bregman, who's been with the Astros since 2016 and has established himself as one of the top players in baseball, who's been productive at the plate, on the field, and in the community, is a priority to sign. Remember, he was drafted number 2 overall by the Astros. It doesn't feel like 2015, but it was that long ago. 7 years in Major League Baseball. He's been an All-Star twice. He's won a Silver Slugger Award. He's been a key contributor to both World Series. He's hit 279. I mean, he's done everything. And so the quote is, he's a really good player, and he's had an outstanding Major League career. I think we would try to lock him up. We will be in talks with Boris about that, But at the end of the day, I believe in keeping players like that. He's got great energy, great respect. His personality in the clubhouse is infectious. Everything I've heard about him, people that have been around him, is even more outstanding. That's the quote from Dana Brown. He said, I want to make Alex Bregman an Astro for life. His deal runs through 2024. Dana Brown, the general manager, says now is the perfect time for both parties to sign an extension and keep him there. What's Alex Bregman worth now? Well, I mean, when you've seen contracts going on, and when I said that back in 5 years ago, that his next deal is going to be his big one, I mean, the $100 million is going to be dwarfed, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you see guys out there signing 9-10-year deals. That's what Alex Bregman is going to get. And these teams, they don't care because they don't have salary cap. And they know that, all right, maybe this will not be the same player year 8, 9, and 10, but then you just pay him out longer. And that's why you're seeing these crazy deals. That's why these players are getting all this money, because they're playing the long game. And Alex Bregman has endeared himself to that city, to that fan base. He's a fantastic baseball player. It makes sense to lock up one of your cornerstones for as long as you can.
Well, he makes it a priority to be a difference in his community, right? He's out there. Scott Boras, his agent, put out a tweet, quote, always welcome the owner Jim Crane's interest in his players. Great two-way all-star MVP caliber infielders are rare and are usually found at the spine of a championship team. That was the quote. That means give my guy, what, $400 million for the next 10 years? I mean, is that about what I'm looking at?
Yeah.
Good for him, man. Good for him. I mean, I get it, and Dodger fans especially. There's some of you who still hold the animosity. I understand it, and you're not going to get over it. I get it, and I make no bones about this. This is I'm hardly unbiased when it comes to Alex. I've known him for since he was a kid, and I'm a big fan of Alex as a person, and I know how hard that young man worked. And I'm watching contracts. I watch funny money get thrown around all the time. JJ, we talk about it. To go to someone who I know worked his backside off to get to this point, and who I firmly believe is good people, like, it's kind of cool to see that happen. I'm not gonna lie, good for him. But that's coming, boys and girls. And the Astros have made that a priority to go out and sign Alex Bregman to an extension. 505-246-0610. That's where we are today. You can get in on the Sports Animal text line, or you can get in on the 377 Brewery hotline. I'll get you Tiger Woods updates as we go. And this one's interesting. Emmitt Smith explains how Don Shula nicks a potential deal for the Hall of Fame running back to join Dan Marino and the Dolphins. Emmitt Smith could have been a Dolphin? Cowboy fans, what? All right, it didn't happen, and it's not going to, but what? It's next on the opening drive.
Have you been to 377 Brewery yet? You know, I've been telling you about it. I've been telling you about it, especially throughout the basketball season. But tonight, if you haven't been, tonight is the night to go, because tonight they have live entertainment. They are featuring stand-up comedy, local best of the best stand-up comedians in Albuquerque. Every Friday, they've been having live music, stand-up comedy, and tonight, starting at 7, the doors start at 7 p.m. The show's at 7:30. $10 cover at the door, and you get to see 4 of Albuquerque's best, including your girl, A. Marie. I got Mike Ogen, Trip Sildesky, and Rusty Rutherford. They've been crushing it around here in the city. And then you're like, wait, where do they do comedy at 377 Brewery? It's in their event space where we've been holding the pre-games recently, and where they have the live music. The event space is beautiful. You have to check it out today. They are located on the northwest corner of Yale and Gibson. They are open every day, 11 to 11, except Sundays at 10. And also, they are starting brunch now because football is officially over. You have to come out to 377 Brewery. It's an amazing spot, conveniently located. They have amazing food, drink, and now live entertainment. So come check them out at 377 Brewery, again, on the northwest corner of Yale and Gibson, or check them out at 377brewery.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say, people mean more.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
You know, we have the conversation all the time about greatest quarterbacks and who's the greatest of all times and the greatest not to win. And anybody who saw Dan Marino play, I think you realize how talented Dan Marino was, but he's never in the conversation, even though his numbers are there, but not his championships, right? Could he have gotten a championship? And how could that have happened? It's the opening drive, Jeff, JJ, and A-Marie. So Emmitt Smith was on a podcast, the Pivot podcast with Ryan Clark. And Emmitt Smith said that in 1993, the Cowboy great was a restricted free agent, and he wanted to go help the Dolphins and Dan Marino. Now, if you recall, right, Emmitt Smith played college football at Florida, correct?
Yes, he did.
So he wanted to go down, and there was a month that he had to negotiate with other teams. And evidently, Don Shula is the one who nixed it. So it's coming off a season in 92 where Emmitt Smith led the NFL in rushing yardage. He had 18 touchdowns en route to a Super Bowl win for the Cowboys. So early in that year, the 93, he was having trouble agreeing to a new contract with the Cowboys. And so there was that month in there where he got to negotiate with other franchises, and he was hoping that he could go to Miami. Quote from Emmitt Smith, he said, "I picked up the phone and called Don Shula myself. I told him I wanted to come to Miami and play for Miami because I knew Dan Marino didn't have a running game," end quote. Emmitt Smith says this is how the conversation went. This is according to Emmitt Smith. He said he called Shula, and Shula said, quote, let me quote. This is quoting Emmitt Smith now on this podcast. He says, quote, "I want to help you and help Dan get a championship." I said, "Bring me back to the state of Florida." He said, "Well, I don't know if I can make that offer." He said, "If I do this offer and you don't come, all my other players will see what I put on the table for you, and it's going to mess up my chemistry," end quote. So Emmitt Smith said that he responded by saying that he wanted Shula to just put something on the table the Cowboys owner Jerry Jones could not match. The offer never came. Smith never received an offer from any other team during the period other than the Cowboys, and he stayed with the Cowboys. It's interesting, huh?
It's really interesting.
Now, he had the right idea because during Marino's 17-year Hall of Fame career, there really wasn't a lot of help. I would never have guessed this. The only 1,000-yard rusher in 17 years that Marino had was Abdul Karim Al-Jabbar. That was the only one. There was I wouldn't have picked that out of a multiple choice. Smith remained with the Cowboys, led the NFL in rushing the next season. Cowboys won another Super Bowl. Smith won Super Bowl MVP honors. And history is history. I wonder if Dan Marino knew that story.
Or like, man.
If Dan Marino wakes up this morning and he's reading that story and just going, wait a minute, what? I could have had what? Now, look, I don't know if they would have won a Super Bowl or not. But Emmitt Smith in his prime was pretty damn good, wasn't he?
Yeah, and it hit differently in that era. When you have a passer like Dan Marino, there wasn't a lot of them, like throwing it the way he was. And then you combine him with that type of running game. Look what it did for Elway at the end.
Right. When he got a running game, he started to win Super Bowls. 100% in that era. If you had a solid running game, 100%, it upped your chances. Yeah. Yep. All right. A lot of you were talking golf with Tiger still on the golf course. He is -2 and putting for par on his third hole of the day. Just came out of the bunker. Missed a birdie putt on his second hole of the day. He's playing the back nine first. You're sending stuff. It says, Jeff, Jack didn't dominate. Jack Nicklaus. It says the difference between Big Cat and Jack. There was a lot more competition when he played. When Big Cat came along, Fred Couples was the world's best player. They tried to create early rivals like Sergio, but it never really quite worked. It's from Glenn. I don't know that I think I agree that there was more competition for Jack. I mean, there was Trevino and Weiskopf and Watson and Palmer at the beginning. They're pretty good golfers. I mean, Mickelson in his prime was pretty good. There was a pretty good field. Ernie Els and Vijay Singh, and they were good golfers. I don't know that I agree. Do you think there was a better, deeper field when Nicklaus was playing? I'm not sure I agree with that.
Doesn't sound like it when it's being discussed.
Yeah. Charlie Pride, a reply to Sherman. Sherman called and talked about when the Charlie Pride used to be here in Albuquerque, pro golf. Jeff, a lot of folks don't remember it started as a web.com type event. In the mid-'80s, it shifted to a senior PGA tournament at Fort Hills for many years. Into the early 90s, that event always drew the biggest names of the day. Lee Trevino, Chichi Rodriguez. Unfortunately, the community didn't support it. Sound familiar? And it went the way of the Albuquerque Silvers, the Geckos, the Scorpions, the Zia Bull, etc. It's kind of what I've heard, man. Omar, appreciate you sending that. It's kind of what I heard. Do you think this town would support a PGA event if it came to town? I don't know that it would. Kind of weird. I mean, you got USA Track and Field championships here this weekend. I don't know. Glenn says he's talking a little basketball. Blame Wyoming on the schedule. Jeff, it was a tough night to play. Oh, here we go. Here's why the Lobos lost the other night. JJ, it was tough. There were 11,000 announced, probably closer to 5,000 no energy in the building. I don't think that's right. If they played the night before, there are probably 13,000 legitimate at Bob King Court. When Nunez got the schedule that showed playing on Valentine's Day, I would have sent it back to the Mountain West broadcast partners and told them to try again. See, you don't get to choose all this stuff. Somebody, you got to play on Christmas. You got to play on New Year's Eve or Valentine's Day or, I'm sorry, is Valentine's Day a reason not to play basketball? Just ask.
No.
Is that a reason you're saying I'm not playing basketball? It's not, is it?
It's not.
All right, just making sure I understand. All right, 505-246-0610. 888-922-0610. That is the Sports Animal text line as well as your 377 Brewery hotline. Last night, walk people through Lobo women's basketball last night a little bit, please, because the Lobo men have a big game tonight. We're going to talk about that in the next segment. But what they got through last night and how big that was, because that was probably their biggest test left on the schedule before Vegas.
Yeah, so they've split 2 through 5. So they are in 6th place right now. They've split
with other teams in second, third, fourth,
and played 2 through 5 both twice in the regular season, split those games. UNLV, they won the conference last night. They're undefeated. They're an unbelievable basketball team, but everyone's fighting for positioning behind them, trying to go into Las Vegas on the right foot. And for the Lobos, it was a game back and forth, 22 lead changes, 14 ties against a really good rebounding team. Allison Fertig in the middle, 6'4" sophomore, just gobbles everything up. The Lobos out-rebounding them. They were 57% from the field in the second half shooting.
And that's the
Wyoming
best rebounding
came out
team in the league, right?
And it did a 180 on them. And first game, they packed the paint to try to beat a shooting. This game, they attacked the perimeter. Lobos had a season-low 6 3-point attempts and had to adjust. They attacked the rim. They got fouled, hit their free throws. It was the best rebounding performance of the season.
All right. Donald, do you want to talk about the USA Indoor Track and Field Championships that are in town today? Good morning, Donald.
Yeah, the track meet in town. What? Like, I don't know what this is. Like, what kind of championships of what? What level are these guys at? I mean, I'm sure they're pretty high. Are these potential Olympians in the outdoor, events? What type of a level of event is this here in town?
It is the highest level. So you've got defending Olympic medalists there. You've got Olympic hopefuls there. This is the top level USA track and field. The indoor season's coming to an end as we go into the better weather. So this is the United States Indoor Track and Field Championships, the best track and field athletes in America, both in events like pole vault and sprints and everything.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. This isn't some amateur level. This is the NBC is going to televise it on Saturday from 2 to 4 o'clock Mountain Time. It'll be a national broadcast on NBC. But this is former Olympians, future Olympians. The best track and field athletes in America are in Albuquerque now, this weekend. That's what.
Okay, so you said NBC. So regular NBC, the main NBC is going to broadcast this?
Yeah, Channel 4, yes.
On Saturday. Wow. Okay.
Right.
So these guys, is this like, was there an indoor season, and now this is the championships for that indoor season?
Yes, that's exactly right. Yes.
So this is pretty high level stuff.
Yeah, it's unbelievable stuff, and it's kind of cool that we have it here. So Donald, appreciate the call on that. And enjoy
okay,
that.
thanks.
And if you're interested in that, you can get tickets at usatf.org/tickets, usatrackfield.org. Tiger update: he just missed his par putt on his third hole today, so he's given one back. Missed a birdie putt where he could have got one, and then made bogey, so he is at -1. Rory just chipped in for a birdie. But Tiger's played 3 holes today, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, they're on 12. And he is 1 over for the day and 1 under for the tournament. I think it's what people don't understand about the indoor track and field championship, they just think for some reason, why would the best be in Albuquerque, right?
Yeah.
No, these are the best in America. This is former, future Olympians, guys, ladies that you watch on TV every 4 years. That's the kind of athlete that you've got in town this week. All right, Lobel basketball men on the road must win tonight at San Jose. Why, how, and how do they get it done? We're going to get into that when we get back. If you own a business, you need to listen. Are your computers and your network secure? Like really secure? You got to be sure. ABQIT is a name you should know. You got to know your system is protected. There's hackers out there. There's cybercrime. And a gap in your cybersecurity can do major damage to your business. The threat's real. And ABQIT provides a thorough look at your computer security. They'll let you know where you're at risk. ABQIT created a business model designed to protect you from malicious threats, keep your computers up to date, and they do it at one affordable cost. And you need to know this. By June 9th of this year, many of you are going to have to ensure the personal data of your customers is protected. It's called the FTC Safeguards Rule. Your business may face penalties if you're not compliant by that deadline. With ABQIT, you can be prepared. There's no hourly rate or labor billing, no hidden fees. Your rate's predictable. It will not change. And you got to protect your business. It's just flat out not worth the risk of hoping, of thinking bad things aren't going to happen. Trust the experts in cybersecurity and compliance. Visit them online at abq-it.com, abq-it.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the need.
Baseball. They had no choice. They traded him to the Broncos and
of
got a
every
pretty good
kid who
career in
comes
Denver.
through.
So, all right, we got Liberal basketball tonight. You listen to it over on News Radio KKOB. 8:30 tip time tonight. 8 o'clock pregame show from Albertsons Radio Row. Hunter Green and Robert Portnoy will have the call. JJ, I'm pretty slow on the trigger when I call something a must-win game, right? That's where I came up with the term kind of got to win game.
Yep.
I mean, when games, you know, they're important, you kind of got to win. And I thought Tuesday last week, or this week, was a must-win. And you kind of got to qualify what does must-win mean. If you plan at all on having a chance to get an at-large bid into the NCAA tournament and or a bye in the first round of the Mountain West tournament, this is a must-win game.
You can't lose any more regular season games to anyone not named San Diego State and Boise State. And if you lose those games that win these other games, you're in the same spot. You don't have an at-large resume right now. You're on the outside looking in if you're New Mexico.
And explain that to people, because I think, you know, the people who fell in love with this team, and you should have fallen in love with this team, and you should still be in love with this team, that watched this and said, well, wait a minute, we beat St. Mary's on the road and we beat San Diego State. That's all right. That's all true. But for every positive, you have to understand the negative. And these last two blowout losses to teams who are not of that ilk really, really come into play. And so you can only lean on winning at St. Mary's and winning at San Diego State for so long.
Because you have 4 losses to quad 3 or quad 4 teams.
Explain that. I think
bottom half of the net ranking.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about teams for quad 3 and quad 4, it's home is it's a long explanation, but just think the easiest way to put it is there's not an easy way to put it, Jeff. There's not.
Well, I mean, there's
quad 3 is at home 76 through 160, neutral 101 through 200.
Yeah, it's the bottom. It's the bottom of the barrel teams.
Bottom of half of the teams in the net rankings. You know, there's 300 some odd teams, but the quads, they're all over the place.
Look,
just know you lost to 4 bad basketball teams,
or at least perceived bad basketball
when it comes
teams.
to net rankings of how you figure out how to rank 300 some odd Division I basketball teams. And the problem for the Lobos, if you're looking around the bubble teams, they don't have that many quad 3 or 4 losses. So why they're even on the bubble is because they won at St. Mary's and won at San Diego State. But they are in trouble for an at-large resume because the teams that they're going up against, and you might sit there and go, oh, you know, they're so much better.
Are they?
And Penn State has 1 loss in quad 3 or 4.
Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to, guys.
Or Seton Hall, 1 loss quad 3 or 4.
You're competing with these other teams for those spots, and there's a limited number of spots, and you're competing with those teams, and that's where your resume counts. When you go look at it, you'll see so much over the next few weeks: good wins, bad losses. Right when they show here's a team's resume, and it says good wins at San Diego State, at St. Mary's, bad losses, and they're starting to pile up. It's going to say at Fresno State, at Air Force, home versus Wyoming. And you can tell Wyoming was really good that night. Yeah, okay.
So if you look at Jerry's latest bracket.
Yeah. Did he put one out yesterday?
Yesterday. The Lobos are first 4 out category for him right now. He has San Diego State as a 5, Nevada as a 7, Boise State as a 10.
Yeah, I think he's undervalued, Boise State. That's for some reason he doesn't like them.
And then the Lobos in the mix of bubble teams that are in and outside of the bracket, there's a list. There's not a bubble team with as many quad 3 or 4 losses as New Mexico.
And so you're just living on that St. Mary's game. And you're living on winning at San Diego State. And that's what you can't afford another one today. You can't go up to San Jose State. And while San Jose State top 100, right? I mean, it wouldn't be considered a bad loss.
Problem for Boise State is they only have one quad 1 win.
Who's that against? I think they beat San Diego State up there.
They're 1-3 in quad 1 games.
I'm trying to think, did they beat Nevada? That might be what it is. But that's why it's so important today. That's where this one comes in. And as fun as this season's been, here we come down to the grindhouse, and you're looking at it and saying, oh okay, because I think as we sat here 2 weeks ago, I think most of us were convinced this was an NCAA tournament team, right?
Yes.
I mean, I was thinking, okay, I don't see a way that they're not getting in, because there's no way I saw them getting blown out the last 2 games.
And the opportunity is there. You understand it. You have 2 really good regular season games left. At Boise State, hosting San Diego State. Tonight is a tough one because you're underdogs on the road.
What's the spread tonight?
It's all 1.5 San Jose State. And you say, got Vegas, there's an opportunity to go win your conference tournament. It's just not a great place to be in, knowing you have to run the table to go to the NCAA tournament.
And again, the other factor tonight, and we're talking all about NCAA tournament and everything that goes with that. Mountain West tournament. Top 5 teams get a bye. The other 6 teams have to play on Wednesday, play that first round game. The top 5 get a bye into the quarterfinal. Right now, the Lobos are 6. The team that is in 5th is San Jose State. If you beat San Jose State tonight, not only do you catch them, you've beaten them twice. You own the tiebreaker, so you are in front of them. You're holding on to that bye. And I think that's what everybody expected. I think everybody expected these top 5 teams, pick your order: San Diego State, Boise State, Nevada, Utah State, New Mexico, were going to be the top 5. Who's your coach of the year? If Tim Miles wins tonight, if he gets that bye, I know coach of the year tends to be the guy who wins it or finishes second. Is it Alford or is it Tim Miles right now?
Probably lean Alford.
Because they're going to go to the NCAA tournament? I think that's probably right. But Tim Miles gets some love, doesn't he?
Honorable mention coach of the
And
year.
Pitino was right there until the last 2 weeks. Pitino was in I don't know if you saw this. Dick Vitale put out a list of his, this was literally before the Air Force loss, National Coach of the Year candidates. And Pitino was on that list, as was Alford. But what Richard did and is doing is tremendous. But, man, I'll tell you what, the other thing that makes this one so important, I mean, all those things we just talked about, JJ, the next 2 are at Boise State and then home at San Diego State. This is, I don't want to put too much on it, but I guess I am.
Well, it's a must-win game if you want to have a shot at getting back any at-large hopes.
Yep. All right. Tiger is playing with Rory and Justin Thomas. Rory's at -4 putting for birdie. They're playing 13. They're playing the backside first, so it's their 4th hole. Tiger is 1 over on the day and 1 under for the tournament. I'm not sure where they think the cut line's going to be. I think it's a little too early. Leader is at -8. But he's out and grinding. Rory's birdie putt is on the way, and he dropped another one. Rory's on fire. Rory's at -5. Rory, the best player in the world?
Right now?
Rory, Max Homa, Scotty Scheffler. I mean, we don't know that none of the live guys have played at all.
Right. Well, we'll see.
You know what's crazy about
currently, yes.
Yeah, and I don't even know how we're going to compare live guys, right? Because, I mean, these guys have been playing some sense of tournaments for basically 2 months. Live guys tee off next week, right, in Tucson? It's their first tournament. Wow. All right, we'll wrap up the week for you, get you anything that happened while we've been on the air today. Get you a Tiger update as he's putting for par, and any of your correspondence. It's the opening drive. Glad you're with us this morning on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With You're Covered from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future, get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what?
Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com today.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough.
Glad she goes to that school, you know what I mean? What do you think of this, JJ? As we wrap up on the opening drive this morning, text line, James Borrego, next coach at NMSU. What do you think? I haven't thought about that. I don't think I think. I mean, I think for New Mexico State, that'd be, beyond as good as you can do. The former coach of the Charlotte Hornets.
So I'm going to phrase this 2 ways. and it's still going to upset people.
Okay.
James Borrego at New Mexico State would be fantastic. James Borrego is better than a New Mexico State job.
Okay. You're going to piss people off with that, right?
Now, maybe if he's just looking to get his feet wet again, because when you look at what Charlotte did, I kind of didn't understand the timing. They had such a young team, and to blow them out when they did, didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But
Right.
life in the NBA.
Well, I mean, I think that would, if they could get James Borrego, that'd be, I mean, beyond great for them. Former NBA coach, a guy who's from New Mexico, it'd be wonderful for them. I just don't know that, but I don't know what he wants to do. I honestly don't. I'm going to guess financially he's in a good place, being a former NBA coach and having whatever happened there. I'm going to guess he's in a good spot. I don't know. JJ, I've thought about this a little bit, not a lot. And I've talked to a few people, but not a bunch of people. Who is right for New Mexico State to clean that up? As a coach, do you need an older, established guy who what? I mean, how can you pay him? You can't pay somebody who's at the top of the game. You just took a chance on someone, and I don't even know how much of a chance you took. You took a chance on moving a junior college guy up, right? I don't know who's right. I've heard Marvin Menzies' name a lot. Marvin Menzies is under contract to Kansas City. Is that the right guy? Do you go back to the future on that? And by the way, I don't know what kind of relationship Marvin and Mario have. I know Marvin was McKinley Boston's hire, right? The former athletic director down there. I don't even know what I think is the right athletic director or right head coach down there. And can I tell you one other thing that's really bothered me throughout the whole New Mexico State process? We should have seen this coming comparisons on Greg Heyer. Well, he worked for Greg Marshall, and he worked for Larry Eustace, and he worked for Will Wade. And while all of those are true, should he not be hired because what those head coaches did? You know who else worked twice for Greg Marshall? Chris Jans, the guy who was there before, the guy who he replaced, who is now revered down there. He worked for Greg Marshall, too, at Wichita State. And it feels like Chris Jans did things pretty right at New Mexico State for a long time. So I think it's such an overblown piece of the story. Well, he's been in trouble before. No, he hasn't. Greg Heyer's name never came up in any of those other things. And look, I'm not exonerating him from anything that happened at New Mexico State. But the conversation that I've heard so much as everybody tries to dig deep into the onion on this New Mexico State story is, well, he's been in trouble before. No, he hasn't. Has Greg Heyer's name ever once been up for
He said
any?
he learned from those people to what not to do. But.
Well, look, man, some people had bad parents and learned how not to be parents and became good parents.
Yeah, I said it's the digging. I brought it up.
Yeah.
I've talked about it.
Yeah, the more I thought about it yesterday, I think it bothers me.
That's fine.
Yeah, no, I know. But
you destroyed a program, so there you go.
I'm not exonerating him. I think
I know you're not exonerating him. It's just it's
the whole we should have seen this coming thing.
You shouldn't. No one can say that with anything that's happened.
Right.
That you should have seen it coming, but it's going to be there's going to be a lot more scrutiny on the next hire for New Mexico State because they've given chances, they've gotten away with it, and then I don't say gotten away with it, but they got people like Chris Jans.
Yeah.
Made his mistake.
Yeah.
Was locked in. Was set, and they were able to bring in other players and do that because they had returnees. They had a foundation. There was zero foundation for this team. Like there wasn't a Johnny McCants. There wasn't a guy to hold it all together.
This is interesting. And look, Mario's taking chances. I think Jody, their women's coach,
another one,
had a background, right? And there were some things there. This is a good name. And again, I don't know where he is, and I know there's New Mexico ties here. His brother is now the director of football operations for Lobo football. This says, look for guts that have experience in getting canned. Mark Fox, maybe the Washington State's coach if he gets the act. Mark Fox was the coach at Nevada and had tremendous success at Nevada. Got the job at Georgia, right? Got fired at Georgia. Where did he go after Georgia? That's an interesting name because there's some New Mexico ties with family, His brother David is now the football ops guy at UNM. What do you think of that name? I hadn't thought of that at all. I actually kind of like that. You looking to see where he went after Georgia? Because I thought there was one stop after Georgia.
Says he's currently the head coach at Cal.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. How are they doing? I guess he wouldn't leave Cal to go to New Mexico State. That's an interesting name, though. It's actually a really interesting name. You'll keep them coming. But I just don't know. This is a suggestion for NMSU basketball fix. Don Flanagan. If Mario really wants to go, I mean, I don't know that Don Flanagan wants to coach, but that'd be something.
I hope that was it. Don Flanagan was a great coach.
He's a great coach.
I don't know what the tone of that text was.
No, I mean, to have him go down and clean that up. I don't think he wants to coach anymore. If he wanted to coach, I think he'd be coaching. Don't you? And I'm going to guess if he wants to coach, he doesn't want to go in and clean up a mess.
No. Absolutely
Did you play for him?
I wanted to. That was my dream as a little girl.
Was it?
And that's why I went to El Dorado, and then he went to UNM.
He was gone when you got there?
The year I went.
He's a legend.
I know.
He is a
I wanted to
freaking
play for him.
legend. Yeah. And by the way, one of the nicest guys. That was a guy who was so big and never, I don't even know if he realized how big he was in this town. Like never.
I went to El Dorado for that reason.
Did
I was
you
out of
really?
district, everything. Yep.
Those of you who don't know who Don Flanagan is, he was the Lobo women's coach. His record at El Dorado was something
I can't
like
even remember.
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds
If you
of
go
wins
into
and
that gym, you can see it.
like 12 losses.
Yeah.
And then he went over and basically built
Lady Lobos.
the UNM women's basketball program. Yeah, basically built that team. He was the coach when they went to the Sweet 16. JJ, the Lady Lobos went to the Sweet 16. That really happened. All right, Tiger is -1 on the day, teeing off on 15. Just put his drive down the middle. He is they played 5 holes. He's +1 on the day, -1 for the tournament. The leader is at -8, and you'll get to watch some of that as the afternoon goes on, and maybe over the weekend for some Tiger Woods, y'all. XFL this weekend. Lobo basketball tonight. What's on the map for you? I mean, are you watching XFL? Is it something that you plan to watch XFL, or is it college hoops, or is it soccer, or is
I'll
it
stumble across it.
Same. I want to know what's up.
Okay. I'll try. I will. I'll try. I'll watch some football. Because you know why? What does Mike Bobo tell you?
The new offense coordinator
At Georgia? Yep. The new offensive coordinator. What did he tell us right here on the show?
Football's football.
Amory, football is football. That's what Mike Bobo said. So we know. Lobos get it done tonight? You have a bad feeling tonight, don't you?
I don't have a good feeling.
Really?
Because Mario Moore, just like Hunter Maldonado, going to be a nightmare for this basketball team.
So
I don't trust them right now. I want to see
And if Jalen House is playing.
energy and effort, and that changes it. And if we find out, hey, Jalen House is good to go, no restrictions, then I would expect the Lobos to win.
You don't think they can win without Jalen House tonight?
I don't trust them to win without Jalen House tonight.
I think that's fair. It's really interesting if you look around this league. Everybody's got one guy, right? Whether it's Isaiah Stevens, Hunter Maldonado, Omari Moore, right? There's Jamal Mashburn. Everybody's kind of got a guy, one guy. And Steve Alford said it on this show when he was with us 2 weeks ago. He said, even the teams at the bottom of the league got first-team all-conference caliber players. I don't know if people realize how good Omari Moore is. But he's a first-team, and they're fifth-place team right now, but he's a first-team all-conference player.
He's got NBA traits because of his length.
Because he's long, yeah.
That helps him when it comes to defending at the next level. It helps him come to facilitating, and then you just do that in the Mountain West, and it's why you're a first-team player.
All right. We are not here on Monday, from what I understand, right? We're taking Monday off. It's President's Day. We're going to celebrate presidents on Monday. We'll be back on Tuesday. Jim Rome Show is next. The Herd with Colin Cowherd is after that. 2 Men On comes your way at 4, and then we're back on Tuesday with award-winning radio starting at 7 a.m. JJ will be on your air tomorrow. What time is your game tomorrow? Lobo women's basketball against
1:30 pregame, 2 o'clock tip-off,
San Jose State. Hey, Marie, have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Adrian, great work this week on the TV side. Have a great weekend. Enjoy it. JJ, have a great call tomorrow. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll see you on Tuesday.
A great paying career with benefits starts here as an.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Sometimes it's the small things that make life easier, like never worrying about being declined at an ATM when only cash will do. With your coverage from US Eagle, we'll cover you, even if the money's not there. That's a good feeling. And we do it with no extra fees or penalties. It's called trust, and we think that's important, especially if we're asking you to trust us. At US Eagle, that's just part of what it means when we say people mean more.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Check it out. What is it? It's a time machine, bro. I could jump into the future and get my paycheck early.
I already get my paycheck early at US Eagle.
Get your paycheck up to 2 days early with US Eagle Early Payday. Now's a great time to have your checking with US Eagle.
Time machine.
Your girlfriend breaks up with you in 22 hours, 53 minutes.
Wait, what? Seth?
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers.
We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
As a mom, I try to make the best choices for my family and our health. That's why I choose Western Sky Community Care. It's a Medicaid plan with quality health coverage and special benefits like Boys and Girls Club membership credit, additional dental benefits, and wellness and support programs. I decide which Medicaid plan is right for us. I choose Western Sky Community Care.
Learn more about Western Sky Community Care by visiting discoverwesternsky.com